I'm Fred Reiss, and I wrote the book, Today, Cancer, Tomorrow, the World. I largely wrote this book about my second battle with testicular cancer to show others how they can use the power of their life, dreams, and love to fight against cancer, advocate for their care, and make it easier and less painful to get through chemotherapy. And I brought the boxing gloves into a treatment when I had a CT scan. I mean, everything here, nothing is photoshopped. I felt that, I'd punch the chemo, I'd work out, I'd show the gloves. My take was I had to let everyone know I was proud to be there, that I was a fighter. If life is a dream, then death is a wake-up call. And cancer is as real as it gets. Because you have to face reality with all your fears and strengths. And most people go through their entire lives never doing this. When you're going through cancer, you're leaving the world of the healthy and going into the land of the sick. Those who have never been sick say, well, you have a choice to take the treatment or not. You heard that, right? But that's not true. Vanilla and chocolate and strawberry is a choice. Life or death is a decision. And if you still think you could never go through chemo or wear urine bags like I had, get nauseous, well, let me tell you something. When the big C cold cocks you from behind and flips you over, crawls on top of you, presses one of your shoulders on the mat, and starts leaning its full weight on the other shoulder, and you're a quarter inch away from being pinned to surrender what little you know of your life, it's then, and only then, when the big C is monstrously smiling its foul death knell breath upon you, then and only then will you know if you have what it takes to go through what all cancer patients go through. Henry David Thoreau had it wrong. Sometimes it's the mass that makes men lead lives of quiet desperation. When people say be positive, that's the wrong term, positive. Why? Because if you're positive, this is the way I looked at it, it shows you have to allow for the existence of a negative. And I had no room for a negative. I mean, once you're out there, you're fighting it. Look at it this way. We've all seen that picture in nature where the lion has a living zebra in his mouth. Imagine, cancer is that lion, and you're that zebra. You're still squirming. You're still alive. Now, if you can get out of that lion's mouth, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to come back one mean-ass, lion-eating zebra. And when you get that lion, which is cancer, you're going to rip it apart. You're going to tear its body to the winds. And you're going to step on it. You're going to incinerate it, turn it into ashes, and then you're just going to piss your name on it and say, that's me, and you're dead. And there's nothing positive about that. It's about leaving the world of the healthy, going through the world of the sick, enduring chemo, knowing you chose it, knowing that chemo is going to make you stronger, that chemo is your energy drink, that you have to take 2 hits, maybe 3 hits to your 1, but slowly you're going to get more power, and then you're going to take it out. And then you walk away, back to the world of the healthy. But that's why I wrote Today, Cancer, Tomorrow, the World. Because selfish people only think of themselves. They always think, how did God do this to me? I didn't deserve this. But the real anger has to go to the disease, the cancer that's going to take you out, that's going to remove you from the love that you have in your life. There are 3 things I highly recommend if you're going to go through cancer. One is accept it. Don't get caught up in your hair. Shave your head. Take control. You're dressing up to fight another enemy. You're entering a battlefield. So shave it, accept it. Cancer goes after every cell in your body. But the one thing they don't tell you is it also goes after nerves. There's a term called neuropathy. So if you're going to get chemo, tell your oncologist that you want him to hydrate your chemo with minerals or glutamine. Sometimes they say it doesn't work, but it possibly could lessen the effects. So my take is, you're charging me thousands of dollars, put a little sugar in my coffee. You might have some nerve damage where your hands are numb. They feel like you're wearing starch gloves, and that when you're barefoot, you feel like you have your socks on all the time, and you're walking on electrified gravel. That's what neuropathy's like. And it's really hard to stand up sometimes. But maybe if they hydrate your chemo, you might avoid some of that, or it might reduce it. You'll get sores in your mouth. My mouth was so sore that I actually ripped the skin on the roof of my mouth off from the seeds in a banana. Can you imagine that? Advocate for your care. This is the way I look at an oncologist. I said, hey, they chose to be an oncologist. I didn't choose to have cancer, so I outrank you. Never forget yourself. Don't let the process dehumanize you. Remember who you are. Cancer doesn't have me. I have cancer. Most people cruise down life's highway. They're continuing on their journey to save time, but cancer survivors like myself are in a different lane with an inevitable toll plaza ahead. Red light. We always see those blinking red lights. And we pull into a cylindrical, front-loading white toll booth to get a CT scan or a PET scan, and that gate lowers to prevent us from speeding through it. And we toss our hope in the basket and hope the results are negative. All we can hope is for a fast pass to clear the many checkpoints ahead. Hey, live forever. I'm Fred Reiss. Today, cancer, tomorrow, the world. That's why it is. Today was cancer, tomorrow's the world. This is my tomorrow, and I hope you see many of them. I'm not going to preach about what works and what doesn't, but I do know all you have is your life. And so far, I've been lucky. Right now, it's worked for me. Live forever.